We've been told a story about masculine desire, a simple story. It's a story written on the surface, one that speaks only of the physical, the visual, the immediate. It's a story that has led so many of us to believe that to be unforgettable in a man's world, we must perfect the art of the visible. We focus on the shape of our bodies, the lingerie we choose, the techniques we learn. And while these things can be beautiful expressions of sensuality, they are merely the language. They are not the meaning. They are the brushstrokes, not the soul of the painting. The secret that lingers in the quiet spaces of his mind, long after the lights are on, has very little to do with what he saw and everything to do with what he times felt. Asterisks. To become a memory he cherishes forever, we must first understand a profound truth. The masculine mind in a state of intimacy is not seeking a conquest, it is seeking refuge. In his world, a world that so often demands he be strong, decisive, and in control, intimacy is the one sacred space where he has the chance to lay down his armor. But he can only do that if he feels profoundly, deeply safe. The woman he never forgets is the one who becomes his sanctuary. She is the one who understands that beyond the physical act, she is fulfilling a series of deep, unspoken psychological needs. The first of these is the need for unconditional acceptance, This isn't just about accepting his body, it is about accepting his desire. In a world that can sometimes shame or mock masculine desire, a woman who meets his passion not with judgment or fear or a sense of obligation, but with genuine warmth and her own authentic desire, gives him a gift he may have never received before. It is the feeling of being seen in his most primal state and being told without words, yes, this is welcome here. You times are welcome here. This kind of acceptance bypasses his conscious mind and speaks directly to his soul. It makes him feel right. It makes him feel good. It makes him feel home. The second core need is the safety to surrender, Think about the weight a man often carries. The pressure to perform, to provide, to lead, to be certain. It is a constant state of being switched on. The woman who makes him feel unforgettable is the one who can create a space so safe, so trusting, that he can finally switch off. He can surrender the need to lead. He can stop thinking and simply start feeling. This safety isn't built with words. It's built with your energy. It's in the slowness of your touch, the calm in your breathing, the softness in your eyes. It communicates that you are in control of the emotional space, that you are a harbor, and that for these moments, he doesn't have to navigate the ship. He can simply be a passenger in the beautiful world you are creating for him. This surrender is a form of release he rarely gets to experience, and he will forever associate that feeling of profound relief with you. Finally, he craves emotional release beyond the obvious physical culmination. Intimacy is a powerful conduit for releasing stored emotional and energetic tension. The stress from his work, the worries of life, the weight of his responsibilities, all of it is energy stored in his body. When you create that sanctuary of acceptance and safety, you give him permission to release it all. You become the safe container for his complete energetic exhale. He may not even be able to articulate it, but he will walk away from an experience with you feeling lighter, clearer, and more at peace with himself and the world. He will feel seen, he will feel safe, and he will feel free. And that feeling, that holy trinity of emotional connection, is something a man's mind never, ever forgets. The energetic imprint. Have you ever walked into a room just after an argument has taken place? You can't see it, you can't hear it, but you can feel it. The air is thick with a heavy, sharp energy. Now, think of walking into a room where people are laughing and celebrating. The air feels light, warm, and inviting. This is not imagination. It is a perception of the energetic residue that human emotion leaves behind. Every interaction we have with another person leaves a subtle signature, a feeling that lingers long after we have gone. In our day-to-day lives, this imprint is fleeting. But in intimacy, where our defenses are down and our energy is open, the imprint we leave on another person is deep, powerful, and lasting. It's like a signature scent for their soul. The woman who is truly unforgettable is a master of her energetic imprint. She understands that the most powerful tool she possesses is not her body, but the emotional and energetic state she brings into the shared space. This isn't something you can fake, it's something you cultivate from within, and it's what he will subconsciously crave long after the memory of the physical details begins to fade. So, what is this unforgettable energy made of? First and foremost, it is an energy of asterisk, asterisk, warmth, asterisk, asterisk. Warmth is the opposite of clinical precision. A person can execute every physical technique perfectly, but without warmth, the experience remains cold, empty, and mechanical. Warmth is the genuine affection in your touch. It's the energy that says, I am here because I cherish you, not because I am trying to achieve an outcome. It's the difference between a hand that is simply touching skin and a hand that feels like it's infusing comfort and care directly into the body. This warmth melts a man's defenses. It makes him feel valued, not for his performance, but for his being. It is an energy that feels like coming home, and it leaves an imprint of deep comfort and emotional nourishment. The second layer is an energy of asterisk, asterisk, generosity, asterisk, asterisk. This is one of the most magnetic qualities a person can possess. A generous, energetic imprint is one that is focused on giving pleasure, not on taking, or even on trading. It is the silent communication of your pleasure brings me joy. When you are in this state, you are not worried about what you are getting or if you are doing enough. You are simply immersed in the act of giving. This is incredibly liberating for a man. It frees him from the pressure to perform and allows him to simply receive. This energy of selfless giving creates a feeling of being utterly cherished and adored. It leaves an imprint of abundance and grace, making him feel like the luckiest man in the world. He won't just remember what you did, he will remember how you made him feel, completely and utterly worshipped. Finally, the most powerful and perhaps the rarest energetic imprint of all is one of asterisk, asterisk, piece, asterisk, asterisk. Our modern world is filled with anxious energy. We are constantly rushing, worrying, and overthinking. Our minds are noisy places. To bring an energy of genuine peace and stillness into an intimate space is to offer a drink of cool water to a man dying of thirst. A peaceful energy is communicated through your calm, steady breathing. It's in the unhurried rhythm of your movements. It's in the quiet confidence that radiates from you when you are not in your head, but fully in your body. This energy tells him that this space is safe from the chaos of the outside world. It is a sanctuary of calm. When he is with you, the noise in his own mind goes quiet. He can finally just times be asterisk. This peaceful, centered, feminine energy is perhaps the most intoxicating of all. It is the energetic signature of a woman who is completely at home in her own skin, and there is nothing more unforgettable than that. From performance to presence, there is a silent thief that robs intimacy of its magic, a subtle saboteur that turns a moment of connection into a moment of anxiety. It is the performance mindset. It's the voice in your head that acts as a running commentary, a judge, and a critic. It's the voice that asks, am I doing this right? Is the voice he like this? Do I look okay from this angle? What should I do next? This mindset pulls you out of your body and traps you in your head. It turns a beautiful, flowing dance into a rigid, step-by-step technical manual. And while you are busy analyzing your every move, the one thing he truly craves is slipping through your fingers, your presence. The secret that every man is unconsciously drawn to, more than any specific act or technique, is the undivided, focused presence of his partner. Presence is the ultimate act of generosity. It is the silent, powerful message that says, in this moment, there is nothing else in the universe I care about more than being right here with you. This feeling is so rare and so profoundly validating that it becomes an addiction. A man can get physical release anywhere, but the feeling of being the absolute center of a woman's universe, of being truly seen and felt, is a treasure he will seek out for the rest of his life. So how do we shift from the anxious prison of performance to the liberating power of presence? It begins with a conscious decision to move your awareness. Imagine your consciousness is a little ball of light. When you are in performance mode, that ball of light is hovering up in your head, behind your eyes, thinking, planning, and worrying. The first step is to simply notice that, acknowledge the thoughts without judgment, and then gently guide that ball of light downwards. Let it travel down your throat, into your chest, and let it settle deep in your core, in your belly. This is the seat of your feeling, your intuition. This is where you move from thinking to times experiencing, asterisk. Take a slow, deep breath and feel it, expand that space. The goal is to shift your focus from the questions in your head to the sensations in your body. What does his skin feel like under your fingertips? Not, am I touching him correctly? But simply, what is the texture of his skin? What is the rhythm of his breathing? Not, is he enjoying this? But simply, what is the sound and the feeling of his breath? Feel the warmth of the air, the softness of the sheets, the weight of his body. This is not about emptying your mind. It is about filling your mind with the present moment, with sensory information instead of analytical thoughts. When you are fully present, your touch becomes intuitive. You stop following a script and you start responding to the reality of the moment. You notice the subtle way his muscles tense or relax. You feel the change in his breathing. You become attuned to his body's silent language because you are no longer distracted by the noise in your own head. This is the ultimate reframe. Being unforgettable is not about becoming a better performer. It is about completely abandoning the performance. It is about having the courage to simply show up, to be fully there, in your body, in the moment. Your presence is the most intoxicating gift you can ever give. It requires no practice, no skill, no technique. It only requires your willingness to stop trying and to simply be. And in that stillness, in that focused, loving attention, you create a memory that is not just of an act, but of a feeling, the feeling of being completely and utterly seen. The language of the senses, the power of the pause, the secret of slowing down. In our fast-paced world, we have been conditioned to believe that speed is a sign of passion and efficiency. We rush from one task to the next, one moment to the next, and we unconsciously bring that same hurried energy into our most intimate spaces. We can become so focused on the destination that we forget to experience the journey. The rhythm of intimacy can become a predictable, familiar tempo that, while pleasant, rarely surprises. But the woman who knows how to become truly unforgettable understands a powerful counterintuitive secret. The greatest tool for creating unbearable passion and searing a moment into a man's memory is not to speed up, but to slow way down. The power of the pause is the ultimate weapon in the art of seduction. It is the deliberate act of slowing time itself, of stretching a single moment into an eternity of anticipation. Think about it. Our brains are wired to recognize patterns. When things move at a predictable pace, the brain can relax and even become a little bored. But when that pattern is broken, when a moment of intense connection is followed by a sudden deliberate stillness, his mind is jolted into a state of high alert. Every one of his senses becomes electrified. He is no longer a passive participant. He is hanging on your every move, wondering, waiting, asterisk craving times what comes next. Slowing down is an act of supreme confidence. It subcommunicates that you are not nervous or in a hurry. You are so at home in your own skin, so sure of the connection between you that you have the power to savor every single second. Imagine your hand slowly tracing a line from his shoulder down to his wrist. If you do it quickly, it's a pleasant touch. If you do it so slowly that he can feel the warmth of your skin on every single cell it passes, it becomes a form of delicious torture. The pause before a kiss, where your lips are millimeters from his and you hold his gaze for just a beat too long, can be more powerful than the kiss itself. In that silence, in that stillness, a universe of desire is created. This technique is not about being passive or hesitant. It is an active, intentional choice. It is about becoming the conductor of the experience, using time and rhythm as your instruments. When you slow down, you force him to become present. He can't think about his day. He can't worry about the future. His entire consciousness is focused on you and the exquisite tension you are building. You are teaching his body and his mind to pay attention, to appreciate the subtleties of your touch and your presence. He begins to notice things he never did before: the way you breathe, the intensity in your eyes, the gentle pressure of your fingertips. Use the pause as a way to punctuate your movements. Let your touch be a story with commas, ellipses, and periods, not just one long run-on sentence. After a moment of connection, pull back slightly, hold his gaze. Let a small, knowing smile play on your lips. This creates a vacuum, a space that he will desperately want to fill. It gives him the chance to meet your energy, to lean in, to become an active part of the dance. By slowing down, you are not just creating a more sensual experience. You are creating a memory that is rich with detail, texture, and unbearable, beautiful anticipation. He won't just remember what you did. He will remember the feeling of waiting for it, of wanting it, of being completely captivated by the confident, unhurried woman who knew that the best moments in life are the ones we take the time to truly savor. The intuitive touch. We are inundated with advice about touch. We read articles and watch videos that give us maps to a man's body, pointing out zones and prescribing techniques. Touch him here, they say, and he will love it. While well-intentioned, this approach can turn the beautiful, organic act of touch into a clinical, one-size-fits-all formula. The truly unforgettable woman knows that a man's body is not a machine with a set of buttons to be pushed. It is a living, breathing instrument, and the most beautiful music is created not by following a pre-written score, but by learning to play by ear. This is the secret of the intuitive touch, learning to stop times, telling times his body what it wants, and instead learning how to times listen times to it with your hands. Listening with your hands is the physical manifestation of being fully present. It is the decision to turn your hands and your entire body into a sensory organ designed to receive information. It means paying exquisite attention to his body's silent, involuntary responses. When you trace a line down his side, does he have a subtle, almost invisible shiver? That is his body saying times yes, asterisk. When you apply firm pressure to his shoulders, do you feel the muscles underneath you soften and release a tension he was holding? That is his body saying times thank you, asterisk. Did his breath catch for a split second when your fingers brushed the back of his neck? That is a story his body is telling you. The intuitive woman is a detective of these small, beautiful truths. She gathers this information not to analyze it in her head, but to respond to it in the moment. To develop this intuition, you must first cultivate your own sensory awareness. Think of your touch not as a single action, but as a symphony of sensation with infinite variations. First, consider asterisk, asterisk, pressure, asterisk, asterisk. Your touch can be as light as a whisper, the barely there caress of your fingertips that can raise goosebumps and make his skin tingle with anticipation. Or it can be a firm, grounding pressure, the confident hold of your palm on his chest or back that makes him feel safe, secure, and held. The intuitive woman knows how to dance between these two, using light touch to tease and build energy, and firm touch to comfort and create connection. Next, there is asterisk, asterisk, rhythm, asterisk, asterisk. Has your touch become predictable? The intuitive woman plays with rhythm to keep the body and mind engaged. Your touch can be slow, languid, and hypnotic, lulling him into a state of deep relaxation. Or it can be playful, surprising, and varied, a series of light taps or quick strokes that awaken his senses and keep him guessing. By varying the rhythm, you prevent his brain from becoming complacent. Every touch becomes a new and interesting discovery. Finally, explore asterisk, asterisk, texture and location, asterisk, asterisk. Your hands are not your only tools. The softness of your cheek against his, the gentle drag of your hair across his chest, the teasing trace of your nails, each offers a different sensory experience. and move beyond the obvious locations, the hollow of his throat, the sensitive skin on the inside of his elbow, the arches of his feet, the space just behind his ears. These are areas often neglected, and a gentle, unexpected touch in these places can send a jolt of pleasure through his entire system. It communicates that you are exploring times him, asterisk, not just his body parts. You are interested in discovering his unique map of pleasure. This approach transforms touch from a monologue into a dialogue. You are in a constant, silent conversation with his body. This is why it is so profoundly memorable. Anyone can learn a technique, but a touch that is responsive, attentive, and uniquely tailored to him in that specific moment makes him feel understood on a primal level. It makes him feel seen. It's a touch that says, I am not just with times a times body, I am with times your times body. And that feeling of being uniquely known is a sensation he will never, ever forget. Architect of the atmosphere, the memory of an unforgettable, intimate experience is rarely just about the physical connection. It is about the entire world that was created in that moment. It is a memory of a feeling, a mood, an atmosphere that felt separate from the ordinary world. The woman who is etched into a man's mind forever understands this instinctively. She is not just a participant in the moment, she is the architect of it. She knows that the experience doesn't begin with the first kiss or the first touch. It begins the moment he enters the space. She has curated a space designed to quiet the mind and heighten the senses. Our senses are powerful gateways to memory, and the most potent and primal of these is our sense of smell. Scent bypasses the rational parts of our brain and speaks directly to our emotional and memory centers. You can consciously create a powerful sensory anchor by associating a specific, beautiful scent with your time together. This should not be your everyday perfume, which is associated with work, errands, and daily life. This should be a signature scent reserved only for intimacy. It could be a luxurious candle with a warm, complex fragrance like sandalwood, amber, or vanilla. It could be a few drops of an essential oil like ylang ylang in a diffuser. This scent will slowly, subconsciously weave itself into the fabric of his memory. Over time, that specific fragrance will become a powerful trigger. The moment he smells it, his mind and body will be instantly transported back to the feeling of being with you in that safe, sensual world you created. Next, consider the subconscious soundtrack of your time together. Absolute silence can sometimes feel awkward or intense, making it hard for the mind to relax. Conversely, distracting music with lyrics can pull you both out of the moment. The key is to create a subtle, ambient soundscape that fills the space without demanding attention. This could be a playlist of low-frequency instrumental ambient music, which is scientifically shown to promote relaxation. It could be a soundscape of gentle rain or a crackling fireplace. This auditory blanket soothes the nervous system. It creates a private, intimate bubble, signaling to both of your minds that the noise and demands of the outside world are not welcome here. It gives you a shared soundtrack, a theme song for your connection that works on a purely subconscious level. Finally, curate the light. The harsh, direct light from an overhead fixture is clinical and unflattering. It keeps the mind alert and analytical. To create a memorable atmosphere, you must soften the world. The goal is to create pools of warm, gentle light. This is the magic of candlelight or a single lamp with a warm-toned bulb placed in the corner of the room. Soft, indirect lighting does two things. First, it is universally flattering and creates a sense of mystery and romance. It obscures the hard edges of reality and allows the imagination to flourish. Second, by dimming the primary sense of sight, it forces the other senses, touch, scent, and hearing, to become more sensitive and heightened. He will literally feel more, smell more, and hear more because there is less to see. You are not just dimming the lights in the room, you are turning up the volume in every other sense, creating a rich, multi-layered experience. He can't help but remember, by architecting the scent, sound, and sight of your shared space, you are not just setting a mood, you are building the very fabric of his memory of you. Becoming his sanctuary, the intimacy of seeing, in a world filled with distractions, with screens and notifications pulling our attention in 1,000 different directions, the simple act of truly seeing times another person has become one of the rarest and most profound gifts we can offer. We spend so much time looking times at times each other, but so little time looking times into times each other. And in no place is this truth more powerful than in the realm of intimacy. So often our eyes can become a source of anxiety. We might look away out of shyness or close our eyes to retreat into our own sensations. But the woman who desires to forge an unbreakable emotional bond, to create a memory that lives in his soul, understands the secret power of the soul gaze. She knows that sustained, soft, loving eye contact during intimacy is not just an act of connection, it is a portal. The eyes are quite literally windows to the brain. When you hold someone's gaze, you are creating a powerful neurological feedback loop between you. Your brainwaves can begin to synchronize. This is not poetry, it is science. You are, in a very real sense, getting on the same wavelength. But it goes deeper than that. On an emotional level, holding his gaze in a moment of shared vulnerability communicates a level of trust and acceptance that words could never capture. You are silently saying, I see you, all of you, and I am not afraid. I am here with you. For a man who is so rarely looked at with such softness and adoration without an agenda, this kind of gaze can be completely disarming. It melts the armor he wears in the outside world and allows the softer, more vulnerable parts of him to feel safe enough to emerge. Many of us feel shy about this. We worry, what will he see? What if I look awkward? The key is to reframe the purpose of the gaze. You are not looking at him to be judged, nor are you looking at him to judge him. You are simply looking with the intention of times giving asterisk. You are pouring warmth, acceptance, and love through your eyes. Let your gaze be soft. Don't stare intensely, but rather let your eyes relax as if you are looking at something beautiful and wondrous. See the flecks of color in his irises. Notice the way his expression changes. See the man behind the mask. The goal is to see him not as a performer, but as a person, and to let him see the same in you. This doesn't have to be a constant, unbroken stare. It can be woven into the fabric of your time together. It is the long, lingering look before a kiss. It is the soft gaze you hold for a few extra seconds when you are lying next to him. It is the moment in the middle of the passion where you open your eyes, find his, and offer a small, reassuring smile. Each one of these moments is an anchor. It pulls both of you out of the purely physical and into the deeply emotional. It creates a punctuation mark in the memory, a point of profound connection that stands out. He may not consciously think, I remember how she looked at me, but he will carry the times, feeling times, of being truly seen by you. He will remember the feeling of safety, of being so completely accepted that he could let you see all the way in. That feeling is what separates a fleeting physical encounter from a soul-deep connection. The soul gaze is the silent, powerful language of I am with you, and it is a language his heart will remember forever. The gift of radical acceptance of all the secret desires that live in the heart of a man. One of the most powerful and unspoken is the desire to be fully, completely accepted in his most raw and vulnerable state. The world constantly demands performance from him. He performs at his job. He performs as a provider, as a friend, and he often feels the immense pressure to perform in intimacy. This pressure creates a subtle underlying anxiety. The fear of not being good enough, of not measuring up, is a silent weight he carries. The woman who can lift that weight, who can create a space that is so completely free of judgment that this pressure dissolves, gives him a gift so rare and so profound that he will feel a sense of loyalty and connection to her that transcends the physical. This is the gift of radical acceptance. Radical acceptance is not about pretending to like something you don't. It is not about being a passive participant. It is the active, conscious choice to celebrate him exactly as he is in that moment. It is the energy of everything you are is welcome here. It is an atmosphere you create, a sanctuary where he is free from the need to be anything other than himself. This acceptance is communicated not through grand declarations, but through 1,000 tiny, subtle signals. It is communicated through your touch. A touch of radical acceptance is not a touch that is trying to guide, correct, or demand. It is a touch that is simply exploring and enjoying. It is a hand on his back that says, I love the feeling of you, not you need to do this. It is a touch that receives him with warmth, whether he is feeling powerful and confident or tentative and unsure. Your body's response to this becomes a mirror of acceptance. When you relax into his embrace, when you respond to his touch with a soft sigh of pleasure, you are non-verbally telling him, yes, this is good. Asterisk, you times are good. It is also communicated through your words or lack thereof. Radical acceptance understands that a man in his primal intimate state is not looking for a conversation or a critique. He is looking for a release. This means letting go of the need to talk about unrelated things, to ask questions about his day, or to give instructions, unless they are invited. Instead, the language of acceptance is simple, affirming, and in the moment. It is the soft whisper of his name. It is a simple, breathy, that feels amazing. These words are not feedback on his performance. They are expressions of your own genuine pleasure, which is the most powerful affirmation he can receive. It tells him that he is succeeding, not because he followed a set of rules, but because he is authentically being himself with you. Most importantly, radical acceptance is about how you embrace his vulnerability. Intimacy is a state where a man is physically and emotionally exposed. The woman he will never forget is the one who sees that vulnerability not as a weakness, but as a beautiful gift of his trust. She cherishes it. She protects it. When he is in that open state, she doesn't use it as an opportunity to make demands or bring up issues from the outside world. She holds that space sacred. This creates a psychological imprint of profound safety. He learns on a deep subconscious level that the most vulnerable parts of himself are not only safe with you, but they are celebrated. This feeling is the very foundation of deep, lasting intimacy. He will not just remember you as a lover, he will remember you as his sanctuary, the one place in the entire world where he could lay down his armor and simply be, and be loved for it. The art of feminine surrender. In the modern world, the empowered woman is often celebrated for her ability to take charge, to lead, to be in control of her life and her destiny. And this is a beautiful, powerful thing. But in the dance of intimacy, there is a different kind of power, a magnetic, intoxicating force that comes not from taking control, but from the art of letting it go. This is the art of feminine surrender. For many of us, the word surrender can feel uncomfortable. It can bring up feelings of weakness or passivity. But true feminine surrender is not passive. It is an active, conscious, and incredibly powerful choice to step out of the doing energy and into the receiving energy. And for the masculine soul, there is almost nothing more compelling. Think of it in terms of polarity, like the positive and negative poles of a magnet. In our daily lives, we all have both masculine doing, leading, action-oriented, and feminine being, receiving, feeling-oriented energy within us. But in intimacy, the passion and electricity are greatest when the polarity is strongest. When a woman is constantly in her masculine doing energy, worrying about what to do next, trying to lead, trying to make things happen, it can inadvertently force the man into a more passive, receptive, or even confused role. The magnetic spark can fizzle out. But when a woman consciously chooses to surrender, to trust, and to sink into her receptive feminine core, it creates a powerful space. It is an invitation. It invites him to step fully into his confident, masculine energy. It gives him the gift of getting to be the one to lead, to provide, and to please. This surrender is, first and foremost, a mental and emotional act. It is the decision to trust him. It's the conscious choice to quiet the planner in your mind and simply be in your body, responding to his lead. It is about letting go of the need to control the outcome and instead finding the beauty in the unfolding of the moment. It's about communicating through your relaxed body and your receptive energy. I trust you. Lead me. I am safe here with you. This is an incredible gift to a man. It shows him that you have faith in his ability to create a beautiful experience for you, which in turn builds his confidence and his desire to do just that. Physically, surrender is expressed in the relaxation of your body. It is the release of tension in your shoulders, your jaw, and your hands. It is the deep, slow breaths that signal to your nervous system and to him that all is well. When you surrender, you are not just lying there passively, you are an active receiver. You are a calm, deep ocean, and he is the wave. You are not trying to control the wave. You are feeling its every movement, responding to its energy, and allowing it to move you. Your moans, your sighs, the way your body arches to meet his, these are not commands, but beautiful, responsive expressions of your surrender to the pleasure he is creating. For the woman who is used to being in charge, this can be a profound and liberating experience. It is a vacation from responsibility. It is permission to simply feel, to receive, and to be taken care of. And for him, a woman's genuine, trusting surrender is the ultimate aphrodisiac. It makes him feel powerful, trusted, and deeply masculine. It allows him to fulfill one of his deepest archetypal purposes, to be the one who can create a space so safe that his woman can completely let go. By mastering the art of surrender, you are not giving up your power. You are stepping into a different, more magnetic kind of power. You are creating a dynamic that he will find utterly intoxicating, and you are becoming the woman in whose presence he feels most like the man he wants to be. The verbal realm, the echo of your voice. Of all the instruments we possess to create intimacy and connection, the human voice is one of the most powerful and often the most underutilized. We can become so focused on the language of touch that we forget the profound impact of sound. The things we say during intimacy can either deepen the connection or inadvertently create a distance. The woman who wishes to leave a lasting, unforgettable echo in her partner's mind understands that it's not just times what times you say, but times how times you say it. And in the secret language of desire, there is no tool more potent, more intimate, and more memorable than the whisper. A whisper is a conspiracy. It is an act of inclusion that instantly carves out a private world for just the two of you, shutting out everything and everyone else. Think about the difference in energy. A normal speaking voice is designed for public consumption. It travels through the air, bouncing off walls. It is an energy that radiates outwards. A whisper, by its very nature, is a secret. It requires closeness. It forces the listener to lean in, to pay exquisite attention. It is an energy that draws inward, creating a powerful, concentrated vortex of intimacy. It transforms a shared space into a sacred one. Neurologically, a whisper has a fascinating effect because it contains less of the lower frequency sounds that our brains associate with threats or authority and more of the high frequency, breathy sounds. It often triggers a sensation known as ASMR or autonomous sensory meridian response. It is a pleasant, tingling sensation that can create a feeling of deep relaxation and safety. It bypasses the analytical mind and speaks directly to the body's sensory system. When you whisper to him, you are literally calming his nervous system, making him more receptive, more open, and more present. So, what do you whisper? The beauty of the whisper is that it elevates even the simplest words into something profound. The key is to focus on words of affirmation and observation that are rooted in the present moment. Instead of complex sentences, think of short, breathy phrases. Whispering his name at a peak moment is one of the most powerful things you can do. A name is the core of our identity, and to hear it spoken with such intimacy and reverence in a moment of complete vulnerability is incredibly affirming. You can also whisper your appreciation for him. Simple phrases like, "I love the way you feel," or "You feel so good to me," spoken as a soft, breathy whisper, directly into his ear, become declarations of worship. It's not a performance review, it's a raw, in the moment expression of your pleasure, which is all he truly wants to know. You can also whisper your desires. A whispered "don't stop" or "slower" is infinitely more sensual than a spoken command. It transforms a direction into a shared secret, a conspiratorial request that makes him feel like he is being invited deeper into your world. The whisper is your secret weapon for creating memories that are not just seen or felt, but times heard, times on a soul level. It is the sound of your intimacy. Long after the night is over, the echo of that soft, breathy voice in his ear will linger. It becomes a private soundtrack that belongs only to the two of you, a beautiful secret that his mind will replay over and over again. The sound of your pleasure. There is a quiet inhibition that many of us have carried for years, a subtle message learned from a culture that can be uncomfortable with the raw, authentic expression of female pleasure. We learn to be quiet, to be reserved, to not make a scene. We can worry about being too much. This inhibition can follow us into our most intimate moments, causing us to hold our breath, to stifle the sounds that naturally want to emerge. We can feel self-conscious, believing that our sounds are a sign of losing control. But the woman who is truly unforgettable understands a liberating and powerful truth. The authentic sound of your pleasure is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate gift, the most powerful form of communication, and the clearest guidance you can ever offer your partner. For a man who is truly invested in connecting with you, your pleasure is his primary focus. In that moment, he has one core question running on a subconscious loop. Is she enjoying this? He looks for signs. He feels for the response in your body. But nothing answers that question more clearly, more definitively, and more powerfully than the sound of your genuine enjoyment, your soft sighs, your quickened breath, the low moan that escapes your lips. These are not just sounds, they are feedback. They are a real-time, unfiltered report that tells him, yes, what you are doing right now is working. You are succeeding. This is incredibly important for his confidence. When he hears your pleasure, it validates him. It removes his anxiety and allows him to relax and sink deeper into the moment with you. He stops thinking and starts feeling, because he has the undeniable auditory proof that he is on the right track. This creates a beautiful, positive feedback loop. Your sound of pleasure boosts his confidence, which makes him a more present and attentive lover, which in turn increases your pleasure, leading to more authentic expression. You are, in essence, co-creating a rising spiral of mutual enjoyment. It's crucial to understand the difference between an authentic sound and a performative one. This is not about faking it or putting on a show. A man's intuition is sharp in these moments, and he can feel the difference between a sound that is forced and one that is an honest, involuntary overflow of sensation. The key is not to try times to make sounds. The key is to simply give yourself time's permission, asterisk. It is the conscious act of releasing the tension in your throat and your jaw. It is the decision to stop holding your breath and to let it flow freely. It is about allowing whatever sounds want to come out to simply come out, without judgment or censorship. This is an act of vulnerability. You are letting him hear the unfiltered sound of your soul's response to him. And this is why it is so memorable. It makes the experience incredibly real. He feels your pleasure, not just in your body, but in the air around him. It becomes a part of the atmosphere. He feels like the direct cause of your happiness, the one who was able to unlock that authentic expression from you. This is a deeply fulfilling and powerful feeling for the masculine spirit. Long after the moment has passed, he will remember not just the act itself, but the sound of your joy. It becomes the melody of your shared experience, a beautiful and honest song that confirms he was the man who made you feel truly alive. The afterglow, sealing the memory forever, the sacred stillness. The story doesn't end with the final crescendo. In fact, one of the most powerful chapters, the one that determines whether an experience is a fleeting pleasure or a lasting memory, is written in the quiet moments that follow. So often, this is where the connection is inadvertently broken. The energy shifts, the world rushes back in, there can be a quick cuddle, followed by the instinct to roll over, to reach for a phone, to get a glass of water. We treat the end of the act as the end of the experience. But the woman who knows how to create an indelible bond understands that the moments immediately following intimacy are not an epilogue. They are a sacred space. This is the time of the sacred stillness, and it is where the memory is sealed forever. Think of your shared experience as a beautiful, intricate piece of pottery you have just shaped together. In the moments after, it is still soft, warm, and impressionable. The sacred stillness is the gentle, careful process of letting it set, of allowing it to harden into a beautiful, permanent form. If you are too quick to move, too quick to speak, you can smudge the details and weaken the structure. When you instead choose to linger in the quiet, you are allowing the profound neurochemistry of bonding to do its work. In this state, both of your brains are flooded with a powerful cocktail of hormones, most notably oxytocin and vasopressin. These are often called the cuddle hormones or bonding hormones for a reason. They create feelings of trust, relaxation, and deep attachment. The mind is incredibly open and receptive during this time. It is the fertile ground in which the seeds of a lasting emotional memory are planted. The sacred stillness is not an awkward silence. It is a shared, intentional quiet. It is the simple, profound act of staying present for a few moments longer. It is the feeling of his heartbeat against your cheek. It is the gentle weight of his arm across your body. It is the synchronization of your breathing as your two bodies slowly together return to a state of calm. There is no need for words. The communication is happening on a much deeper, more primal level. In this silence, you are non-verbally communicating a powerful message. This wasn't just an act. This was a connection. I am not in a rush to leave this space with you. For a man in his most vulnerable post-release state, this stillness is the ultimate act of reassurance. The quick retreat, however innocent, can be subconsciously interpreted by the primal brain as a form of rejection or abandonment. But your choice to stay, to simply be with him in the quiet, makes him feel profoundly safe and cherished. It tells him that you value the connection as much as the passion. It honors the vulnerability he has just shared with you. You are not just a lover in that moment. You are a safe harbor, a place of rest for his body and his soul. This practice transforms the entire experience. It reframes it from a moment of shared pleasure into a ritual of deep connection. It is the glue that binds the physical to the emotional. By honoring these quiet moments, you are ensuring that his memory of the experience is not just of the passion, but of the profound peace that followed. It becomes a memory of a complete journey, one that ended not with a sudden stop, but with a beautiful, soft landing in a place of total safety and acceptance with you. Words that linger within the sanctuary of the sacred stillness. Once the silent connection has been established, there is an opportunity to add one final, beautiful layer to the memory. This is the layer of language, the words spoken in the afterglow, when the heart is open and the mind is soft, have a unique power. They are not just heard, they are absorbed. They bypass our usual critical filters and sink deep into our emotional memory. But this is also a moment where we can feel unsure. The question, what do I say now, can feel surprisingly loud in the quiet of the room. The secret is to understand that the language of the afterglow is not the language of evaluation. It is the language of appreciation and feeling. The first and most important rule is to eliminate the performance review. Questions like, was that good for you? Or statements like, you were amazing, while often well-intentioned, subtly reintroduce the pressure of performance. They pull you both out of the shared experience and back into a mindset of evaluation and judgment. The goal is to use words that deepen the feeling of connection, not to rate the event that just occurred. To do this, focus your language on three simple, powerful areas. First, speak your feelings. Use I feel statements. This is a beautiful way to share your internal world without placing any demands or expectations on him. Whispering something as simple as "I feel so incredibly close to you right now" is a profound gift. It's not about what he did, it's about the state he has created in you. Other examples might be, "I feel so safe with you," or "I feel so peaceful in your arms." When you share your feelings, you are making yourself vulnerable in a new way, and you are attributing the creation of that beautiful feeling to your connection with him, which makes him feel both powerful and cherished. Second, express simple gratitude. Gratitude is a pure, high vibration emotion that deepens any connection. It doesn't need to be dramatic. A soft, sincere thank you whispered while you are holding him is more than enough. This thank you is not a transactional payment for services rendered. It is an acknowledgement of the shared trust, the shared vulnerability, the shared beauty of the moment. It communicates a deep respect for him and for the space you have created together. It's a humble, loving sentiment that makes the experience feel like a precious gift you have given each other. Third, affirm with sensory details. Instead of a general compliment, anchor your words in the present physical reality. This keeps you both grounded in the sensory experience of the afterglow. For example, instead of a generic comment, you could say, "I love the feeling of your heart beating," or "Your skin is so warm." You could gently kiss his shoulder and whisper, "I love this." This form of affirmation is irrefutable. It is a simple statement of fact based on a present moment sensation, and it communicates a deep appreciation for his physical presence in a way that is incredibly intimate and grounding. These words are not meant to be a script, but rather a guide to a new way of communicating in these sacred moments. They are gentle, they are true, and they are focused on connection. They are the final brushstrokes on the masterpiece you have created together. They are the words that will echo in his mind, not as a review of his performance, but as a testament to the profound emotional safety and closeness he feels only with you. Your signature anchor. We've explored how to create a beautiful experience and how to seal it in the sacred stillness of the afterglow. Now we come to the final, most subtle, and perhaps most magical secret of all: how to create a key that can unlock the entire memory and all of its associated feelings anytime, anywhere. This is the art of the signature anchor. An anchor, in a psychological sense, is a specific sensory stimulus that becomes powerfully linked to a specific emotional state. It's like the way the smell of a certain spice might instantly transport you back to your childhood kitchen. It's a subconscious shortcut. By creating a unique and consistent signature anchor, you are crafting a secret key to the beautiful world you've built together, a key that only you know how to use. The power of an anchor lies in its consistency and its uniqueness. This cannot be a generic gesture. It must be a small, specific ritual that you reserve only times for these moments of deep connection in the afterglow. Over time, through repetition, his brain will forge an unbreakable neurological link between that specific stimulus and the profound feelings of safety, desire, and emotional bonding he feels with you. This anchor then becomes a powerful tool you can use to trigger those feelings, even in a completely non-intimate context. So what could this anchor be? It should be something that feels authentic to you. Let's explore a few possibilities. A *** touch anchor *** is often the most powerful. It is not just holding his hand. It might be the specific way you slowly and gently trace the shape of a heart on the inside of his wrist with your thumb. Or perhaps it's the unique way you softly brush your fingertips in a specific pattern across his temple. The key is that it is the exact same times, gentle, specific gesture every single time. It is your silent signature. A asterisk asterisk sound, anchor asterisk asterisk can be equally potent. This is a specific soft phrase or even a single word that you whisper every time. It shouldn't be something common like I love you, which is used in many different contexts. It should be your secret phrase. It could be something as simple as we're home, or my person, or even a single word, always, spoken in the same soft, breathy tone in the quiet of the afterglow. This phrase becomes imbued with all the emotion of that moment. Finally, you could use an asterisk, asterisk, scent anchor, asterisk, asterisk. While you've already curated the scent of the room, this is more personal. It might be a specific calming essential oil blend that you put on your own pulse points just before you get close, a scent that is not your daily perfume. The scent of that oil on your skin as you lie close to him will become deeply associated with the experience. The magic happens over time. After you have consistently established this anchor over several intimate experiences, you can then use it in the outside world. Imagine you are sitting on the couch watching a movie and you can feel he is stressed from his day. You can quietly take his hand and perform your signature touch anchor, tracing that heart on his wrist. You don't have to say a word. His subconscious mind will do the rest. The anchor will fire and his body and mind will be flooded with the feelings of peace, safety, and connection from your most intimate moments. It is your secret, silent way of bringing the peace of the sanctuary into the chaos of daily life. This is how you make the memory a living, breathing part of your connection, ensuring that the feeling of being with you is a refuge he can return to time and time again. The woman he'll never forget it was never about the bed we have journeyed together through the psychology of desire, the language of the senses, and the deep, quiet realms of emotional connection. We've explored the power of presence, the art of surrender, and the sacred stillness of the afterglow. We began with a simple human question: how do I make him remember me forever in bed? And now we arrive at the final, most important secret of all. The secret is that it was never, ever about the bed. The bed is simply the stage. It is the beautiful, sacred space where a much deeper truth is allowed to be expressed. The techniques, the touches, the whispers, they are not magic. They are simply the tools we use to open the door to magic. The woman who becomes truly unforgettable is the one who understands this. She knows that the passion, desire, and connection she creates in her most intimate moments are not a performance she turns on, but an overflow of the energy she cultivates in her life every single day. The safety he feels in her arms is a reflection of the emotional safety he feels in her presence when they are simply talking over dinner. The radical acceptance he experiences when he is most vulnerable is an extension of the acceptance she shows him when he is stressed, uncertain, or imperfect in his daily life. The feeling of being truly seen by her in the soul gaze is a mirror of the way she truly listens to him when he shares his hopes and fears. You cannot compartmentalize this kind of deep connection. You cannot be a critical, judgmental, or anxious partner in the light of day and then expect to transform into a soft, accepting, feminine sanctuary at night. The energy doesn't work that way. The foundation of unforgettable intimacy is built brick by brick in the ordinary, everyday moments of your life together. It is built in the way you honor his perspective. Even when you disagree, it is built in the way you celebrate his wins and support him in his losses. It is built in the way you create a home that is a true refuge from the harshness of the outside world. The things we have talked about: presence, warmth, generosity, peace. These are not just intimacy skills, they are life skills. When you learn to be truly present with your partner, you are also learning how to be more present with yourself and the world. When you cultivate a warm and generous energy, you become a more magnetic and beautiful person to be around in every context. When you find that center of peace within yourself, you become a calming force in the lives of everyone you touch. So the journey to becoming unforgettable in bed is actually a journey of becoming a more whole, present, and loving version of yourself. It is about understanding that the physical is merely a language for the emotional and the spiritual. He will not remember you forever because of a specific technique you learned. He will remember you forever because of the way he felt times in your presence. He will remember the feeling of peace. He will remember the feeling of being completely and utterly safe. He will remember the feeling of being accepted and celebrated for exactly who he was. And that feeling, that beautiful, rare, and life-affirming feeling is something he will associate with you and only you for the rest of his life. The bedroom is just the place where that truth gets to be told in its most beautiful and honest form. Your power to create worlds. The journey we've taken together is about so much more than learning secrets to please a man. It has been an exploration of your own profound, innate feminine power. It is the power to create not just moments of pleasure, but entire worlds of emotion. It is the power to build a sanctuary of safety and acceptance with nothing more than your presence and your intention. It is the power to heal, to soothe, and to inspire, all through the art of deep, authentic connection. This is not a power you have to go out and acquire. It is a power that already lives within you, waiting to be acknowledged and expressed. Everything we have discussed, from the intuitive touch to the unforgettable whisper, is ultimately an act of self-expression. It is about having the confidence to let your warmth, your generosity, and your unique spirit shine through. It is about understanding that your sensitivity is not a weakness, but your greatest strength. It is the very thing that allows you to become so finely attuned to another human being. Your ability to feel deeply is what allows you to create an experience that is felt so deeply. As you move forward from this space, I want you to carry this feeling of empowerment with you. Let go of any lingering anxiety about getting it right. Release the need to perform. Instead, step into the quiet confidence of a woman who knows her own value. A woman who understands that her greatest gift is her presence. A woman who knows that true intimacy is not about what you do, but about who you are. You are the architect. You are the conductor. You are the creator of these beautiful, memorable worlds. This is just the beginning of a much deeper conversation about the psychology of attraction, desire, and lasting connection. There are so many more layers to explore, so many more insights to uncover that can help you build the rich, deeply fulfilling relationships you deserve. If this journey resonated with you, if it sparked a sense of curiosity and empowerment within you, then I invite you to continue it with us. Please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. By joining our community, you are not just getting more videos, you are making a commitment to yourself. You are saying yes to a deeper understanding of your own power, and yes to creating a life filled with the kind of unforgettable connections you were always meant to have. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me today. Remember your power and go create something beautiful.